The man was shocked to see a line of insults suddenly appear on his notebook. He quickly wrote back, asking who was there. When the woman saw the words, she nearly collapsed in fear, realizing it was a notebook the man had used in college. She suspected she might be communicating with his 18-year-old self, so she replied, just to test her theory. The man was stunned, because the woman was right beside him in real life. He immediately assumed the one in the notebook was an imposter. He didn't believe his future wife could ever hate him, but the woman was now sure she was speaking to the man from 15 years ago. She hurriedly told him she was his future wife, and warned his younger self to stay far away from her. The man was completely confused, and desperate to understand why. The woman then explained that in the future, he would fall in love with someone else, so she begged him not to get close to her now. The man was crushed by her words. He had been about to confess his love to her, but if their love would end in betrayal, he didn't want to ruin her life. So he tore up the heartfelt love letter he'd written, and in doing so, he shattered his own heart. He couldn't accept that one day he would betray the woman he loved most. Just as the woman tried to explain, she was interrupted by the man returning home. He immediately asked where the jade pendant was. She knew exactly what he meant. It was the family heirloom he gave her on their wedding day. He then told her the cunning woman was pregnant. When she remained calm, he dragged her into the bedroom to get the pendant. In the process, he accidentally stepped on the notebook, and in the past, a footprint appeared on the page. The younger man was finally convinced everything the woman said was true. Back in the room, the woman handed over the pendant. It was the very one he had given her on their wedding day, the symbol of a lifelong promise. She asked him if he really wanted to go through with this. He replied, the pendant was meant for the family's firstborn son, and now that the other woman was pregnant, she deserves to have it. Then he walked away without looking back. The woman turned around, only to find the love letter on the desk had vanished. She read the note left by his younger self, and realized the past could change the future, but she couldn't understand why she was still living in his villa. She searched for answers, and found the torn love letter had been pieced back together. Only then did she remember how she had once risked everything to be with him, so she went to the notebook and wrote, telling him to stay away from her. Reading her words, the young man froze. He couldn't understand how he could ever hurt someone he loved so deeply. The woman explained that because of his love, she had become a target of the cunning woman, so she pleaded with him to protect her by staying away. At that moment, the young man began to hate his older self. He still loved the woman, but couldn't bear to see her suffer. Meanwhile, the older man placed the pendant around the cunning woman's neck. They even posted a sweet photo together online, completely ignoring his wife's feelings. As he did, his finger was cut and bled, and at the same time, a wound appeared on his younger self's hand. The young man then realized the older him had cheated, because the woman couldn't get pregnant. But maybe, if he made different choices, he could change fate. So he ran out, unaware that the woman was still waiting for him to celebrate her birthday, while he lay in another woman's arms, dreaming of his younger self. In the dream, the young man recounted every precious memory with the woman. The man awoke with a jolt, and the woman waited through the night, but he never came home. She saw the cunning woman's post, and realized it was finally time to end this.